I don't know. I'm just exhausted. It hits me like every Thursday, I think, like winding down for the week. I stay up way too late on Wednesday. And I'm like, it's almost Friday. You know, screw it. I'll stay up until 2.
Well, wake up because we're live.
I can't yawn again because I got called out for that last time.
Yeah, I like doing this to you when you don't know when we go live. We just talk and I just hit the button and we just go. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? We're late. We had a scheduled broadcast and it didn't work because we're both fashionably late as usual.
Yeah, just expect it.
I know. We tried. We really did.
We did. Yeah, we always try. We always say, 7:30. Expect us about 7, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Just hang in there. We'll show up at some point. 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central.
Yes.
And then 3:30 West Coast or whatever. I don't know. Oh man, there's so much. We have so much to talk about this week. Like I don't even know where.
Did you watch the Super Bowl? Obviously.
Of course, I watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I hardly watched any games at all this year, but you've got to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like one of those iconic times. It's so like America, you have to watch it. I mean, even if you don't like football, you're watching it for the commercials. I like watching it for the commercials mostly, and some of the football. And I was actually one of the
Brady, so
yeah, I was actually one of the few that was going for Tom Brady. Well, a lot of people were, I guess, just because like I wanted to see him reach like, Michael Jordan status, like, 6 rings or whatever. That's, that's pretty legit shit right there that not too many people can pull off. And
I kind of feel like they had to throw this game, like at a conspiracy theory here that he couldn't win again. He just like can't stop winning. And I'm like, okay, after Deflategate or everything, all that stuff that happened with the deflated football, they made him throw the game. And he's like, all right, like I'll do it this time.
No, he looked pretty pissed at the end. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was trying to win. Did he go? Where did you watch it? Did you go to a party or did you?
We watched it here.
Yeah, I went to a party at a friend's house, and he has this really, really nice setup. And it's like he has the main house, and then there's a second, like I don't want to say it's like an apartment in the backyard, but he turned into his man cave or whatever, which is pretty awesome. And oh my god, it's so exhausting because like when us guys have all these toys. You never use them when you're at home by yourself, or rarely do, because the people who can afford this shit, work 12, 14 hours a day, and they're not sitting there playing with this shit all day long. So, of course, the game's about to start. And keep in mind, last time we went over there to watch the Mayweather fight, we had no sound for half of the fight since it started, like before it even started, because he couldn't figure out how to make the fucking thing work. We all tried, and we couldn't figure it out, all right? Even though I'm a techie guy, I could not figure it out. He didn't have the right remotes or something. I don't remember. That was like a year ago, whatever. So we're sitting there, and this time, now he replaced the sound setup that he has. So now the problem was to get the perfect surround sound. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So he's doing the whole like switching between game, music, the presets. I'm like, it all sounds the fucking same. All those presets sound like shit. And trust me, take it from someone who's owned surround sound systems and sound bars and all that shit. I was huge into audio when I was like young. Had a car with a sound system, like a huge sound system and all that stuff. Shit makes no difference. If you switch it to game or music, it sounds like shit. It makes like a fake echo or something. Yeah, it's annoying. So that was like the first, 50 minutes of the game. Him switching through all that shit. It was just annoying as shit. But I don't know. What did you think about Brady, obviously? What else did you think about the halftime and all that stuff?
I wasn't too impressed with the halftime show. I was, though, like I've been watching this Tom Brady thing, and we have the same stuff we eat the same food. So that's one more reason that I was like all about Tom Brady. But then we got to the halftime show, and they'd hyped this up, and I was sure that Justin Timberlake was going to bring out, NSYNC or, Janet, Jay-Z had been talked about. So I'm like, okay, there's, they had said there was going to be a special guest. And they denied. Well, somebody asked him and he was like, no. So he was like kind of sly about it. And yeah,
of course he was selling it. To people like you.
Yes, I know.
That's what I would do.
90s girl, NSYNC. Anyway, NSYNC had already denied, we're not going to be there. And I was like, sure you're not.
Right.
But so as he started performing, and I'm like, okay, he did this thing with Janet some years back, Nipplegate and all that stuff. So is she going to come out? This is like, he sang that part.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That was so ridiculous. That was so ridiculous back in the day. Like, it turned into this whole thing, like everything else in our fucking country. Everything's blown out of proportion. It's so stupid.
I mean, she was an honest girl. But so Janet didn't come out during that part. And then he started playing Suit and Tie. And I was like, okay, here comes Jay-Z. And nothing.
Yeah. And you know how the Super Bowl halftime show works, right? You know how they pick the person or that performs or whatever?
No.
Whoever performs in the Super Bowl has to pay to perform at the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yes. The reason why Metallica hasn't played the Super Bowl. That's how I found out. That's why they haven't done it. It's like, we don't have to fucking pay to play the Super Bowl. We can go tour whenever we want.
And he was completely boring. And I was super disappointed. And then he dropped this sheet, essentially, and they projected an image of Prince, which completely made me lose almost all respect for Justin, because Prince he specifically stated, like, I do not want this to happen to me after death.
Really? He did? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he's like, don't bring me back.
Holograms of me after my death.
Yeah.
I can just
he doesn't want to perform, like, from the beyond. And they had already further.
I miss Prince, man. I miss Prince. Prince was just so epic. And I'm not talking about only music, just that. I call them Prince moments. Just like the little stories that you hear from other celebrities of shit he's done. Yeah. I love it. I live for those, which there aren't too many. Him and Justin had thrown shade at each other some years back, because when Sexy Back came out, Prince was like, Sexy never left. And then Justin had to retaliate, and they just kind of went at it. I'm like, don't retaliate to Prince. You're not going to win this ever. Right.
And then, so I just felt like it was completely disrespectful. He knew what he was doing when he brought, the projection and all that stuff. And it was boring. And what you were saying a couple weeks ago about him not wanting to do Vegas because that's where careers go to die.
Right, right.
He doesn't have much room to talk, because what is Justin doing?
I don't know. What has he done? I don't remember what he's done.
Nothing.
He hasn't done anything in a while. I mean, he did the stuff with Jay-Z or whatever, but that's about it, right?
He has a new song that sounds exactly like a Bruno Mars song.
Does he?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'm so over Justin.
Well, see, that's how it works. And you know what? I was actually talking to somebody today, because not today at the Super Bowl. We're talking about, like, the people that they choose to play or whatever. It's one, they have to pay. So the record company or whatever. So obviously he's about to go on tour. Like Lady Gaga did it last year. And what did she do? She go on tour right afterwards to get it all hyped up. But I was thinking about net neutrality today, and the way, everybody thought that it wasn't going to be a big deal, that net neutrality wasn't going to be a big deal. But if you look back in the day when the FCC took over radio and made it, government control or whatever, the airwaves, they decided what goes on and what goes not. That's how all these monopolies were created. And back in the 70s, local DJs will play whatever the fuck they wanted. And they could, they whatever they liked, it's what they played on the air. Which I think it's a power that we have back right now. Well, no, because copyright shit shuts everything down. But that's how they did it. But now iHeartRadio, Clear Channel, Infinity Broadcasting, they're the ones who say what goes on the radio. And it's always the same 5 shitty songs on the radio all day long.
Literally, on like every station that's similar.
Right, and that's why like people didn't think like net neutrality was a big deal. And this is the kind of shit that it affects. It's little show like ours right here. If they wanted to, they can take that traffic and send it somewhere else and screw us over.
We got whatever something last week from playing Vida's video.
We did what?
We got that copyright warning.
Yes, I got a copyright warning right away.
Playing the sound. I don't even think you showed the video.
I did show a little bit of video, but it was it picked up the music. It picked up the music, yeah.
That's crazy how they can do that.
So yeah, the cool thing about the Super Bowl was obviously the thing that I laughed my ass off was when the kid came on when Justin Timberlake was going up the stairs and the kid, I turned around and told my friends, I'm like, dude, you guys are watching a meme in the making. Like, no, I was like, just watch, just wait. I'll give it like 50 minutes after this. Twitter's gonna blow up.
I kept refresh.
Yeah. So that poor kid, it's all over social media as a meme now. It's amazing how memes are born. It's it's great.
To see it from birth is amazing. He's gonna get
live. We watched a meme become alive live. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, people.
Yeah,
I mean, how memes get started. That's how memes get started.
Yes, he's gonna be so popular at school for the rest of the year.
And he had the selfie. I posted the selfie, which was him and Justin Timberlake, which somebody said he probably doesn't even know who the fuck Justin Timberlake is.
He probably doesn't. Nobody does anymore.
Do kids know? No, kids don't know who Justin Timberlake is, do they?
I don't think so. I mean, barely, because, my 13-year-old goddaughter sometimes is like, who is that? Or have you heard this song before? And I was like, yes, I grew up to this song. And she's like, really? It's that old? Yeah. But yeah, they don't know Justin Timberlake. They don't know NSYNC. None of that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're getting old. Oh, and then this is the other one that kept bringing my attention, like with the commercials. Tide was doing the commercials. And I'm like, you're doing all these commercials throughout the Super Bowl, and you're not bringing up the fucking Tide Pods at all? Dude!
Opportunity.
I would have blown that shit up, like put a spin on it as a marketing guy. But then I was talking to them, I was like, we're sitting there, I'm like, dude, the lawyers got involved and say, no, don't do it, because it's just lawsuits left and right. But there's many ways that could have been spun around and tell people to stop eating the damn fucking Tide Pods.
Exactly.
I can't believe we have to tell people to not eat Tide Pods, but, it would have been great to make a campaign out of it, like not to eat the stupid Tide Pods.
Yes.
And then today, I saw a video on my feed today is that they're trying to pass a law so fucking detergent companies don't make Tide Pods appetizing.
Yes.
Dude, it's just liquid. It's $2. It looks cool. It's supposed to look like, cleans your stuff. Like, you have to pass a law to tell people not to eat this shit? How fucking stupid are you?
And I read something New York was going to, ban them completely. It's the same with the whole, Fabuloso and colorful Pine Sol and stuff. People were like, it looks like Gatorade. You can't make it look appetizing. And it's like, no, lock it up. Put it where kids can't.
You shouldn't be stupid. How about that? Don't be stupid. Don't eat shit you're not supposed to eat. Yeah. Detergent. No, dude, I grew up in the 80s. No one told me not to eat detergent. I just pretty much fucking figured out on my own. Oh, that's to wash the dishes. Should I eat that? Probably not. Yeah. I don't remember a time in my life where I sat there as a kid and said, you know what? I should eat some detergent right now.
Let's just see what happens.
Trust me, I did a lot of dumb shit, a lot of stupid shit. But I never sat there and drank the only time soap went in my mouth is when fucking the nuns on my Catholic school washed my mouth with soap for cursing, which I already cursed 10 times in here.
Yeah, it didn't work. Maybe it didn't work. Maybe that's what you need.
Hey, they say people who curse are honest and more intelligent, just like messy people like ourselves.
Oh, goodness. Don't bring that up. Triggered.
Triggered.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Cluttered, not messy. We are cluttered. But it's our own little bit of chaos. We know where things are.
I have to have a little bit of chaos. I have to take notes all day long. I take notes on the phone while I'm on the phone. I have multiple businesses, so I have a notepad for each different business where I keep track. I can't mix all my notes up. If I want to go to my marketing stuff, I have my notepad with all my marketing stuff. If it's my real estate stuff, I go to all my real estate. If it's my e-commerce stuff, I go to my notepad with. It's controlled chaos, and then I have post-it notes everywhere. I'm not the only one.
No, I have got right here, just 4 post-it notes right in front of me. Pads over here. I know I can't remember stuff, so I'm always text me, or I'm gonna write a post-it, and there's gonna be papers everywhere. But I know what needs to be done. And my worst thing, I think, is clothes. And that drives Jeff crazy. But it's not like they're dirty and scattered and everywhere. I've got my vanity in the corner, and it's just, I put clothes in the chair. And it just drives him crazy. The whole house is like a pigsty. As long as I have clothes in that chair. We live in a cesspool.
That's all right. We went to Atlanta for New Year's Eve. For New Year's to visit some friends and party it up there. And I got yelled at, I think it was yesterday or the day before, because my bag is still packed in my closet. I haven't even unpacked my bag.
Out of sight, out of mind. It's not hurting anybody. It doesn't stink. It's not going to crawl away. And,
like, I've been busy. Like, I don't think about that. I have too much shit going on during the day to be thinking about my bag that I didn't unpack when I went out of town,
And it doesn't help that Texas goes through, we'll have summer and winter in one season. So me trying to control, like I have summer boxes, fall, winter, and spring boxes for my clothes, trying to organize and switch things out. And during the season changes, I've got clothes everywhere.
Yeah, I have no seasons, so I have no excuses. I just forgot about it. It's just been sitting there forever in my closet. It's like
that's fine. The closet is where things go to hide, and nobody out of sight, out of mind, like I said.
And then, okay. Oh, so how do we get in? See, this is the rants we get into. We go from one topic, we just like completely take a fucking the road ahead.
I have to put the Post-it notes back up now.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, we're talking about Super Bowl. What was all that about when the screen went black for 30 seconds?
I thought
someone got fired.
Oh, yes. That's there. It's $5 million, like per 30 seconds that they lost.
And it was like 30 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about 30 seconds. Everybody was like, I was about to, smash my TV, or I was just like, what's going on? I thought it was us. I didn't think it was that big of a deal at first. And I was like, this is lasting a little long.
Yeah. And then you had the horrible CGI. Like, what was that? I'm like, who did that? This is the fucking Super Bowl. Like,
it's like
I can make a video game that looks better than that. I know kids who can make better graphics than that. That was horrible. It's like, they're like, hey, I'm here.
They're like, terrible.
They're like,
yeah.
It was so stupid. I was laughing my ass off. And on top of it, I was so feeling good because I hadn't had a drink since New Year's because I was trying to, lose all the weight for the binge. Yes. Yeah, for the binge drinking, the binge eating, and all the, all the holiday stuff, right? I always do like a sober January, and like I eat super healthy and hit the gym hard, and man, I was getting pretty smashed, and I was just laughing my ass off when I saw that CGI. It was pretty bad. And then another thing that made me laugh was Pink when she just takes her gum out right before the singing the national anthem, but she did a good job.
It was a cough drop. She had the flu.
Somebody told me that she had the flu, and then I'm like, she didn't sound like she had the flu to me.
Yeah, no, not at all. At first, like, okay, so I was like, she sounds something's wrong here. I think the audio, just the whole thing, because Justin sounded terrible too. But Pink with the flu killed it. She won, like, the Super Bowl.
I think she did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And then you had Pink. What else? I'm trying to remember what else.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kevin Hart. That's how I was trying to remember.
Little Kevin. He was
all got hammered.
We did it. We did this, and I was like, "Go sit down, Kevin. You didn't do anything."
Yeah, and then he tried to like pull the celebrity card, like get on stage with everybody, and the guy didn't let him up. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, that's like when you do a group project and like no one participates except you, but at the end they try to like come in and take all the credit. It's like, no.
How does that work with celebrities though? Like, do you reach a certain celebrity status where you can just walk in anywhere and anybody just lets you in? Like, is that how it works? I guess.
Yeah, that's why I think he felt entitled to do that. I'm surprised.
I mean, we're like triple Z celebrities, so we haven't experienced that yet. But is that how it works? Like, we pull that card?
Yes, eventually. We can just start doing it, I think. We just start walking up like we own it. Nobody's going to question us. We'll be like, excuse me, we have a podcast.
Yes, we have a podcast.
We're doing this for our show. Publication team, it's fine.
I want Evian. I want Evian in my green room, and then when they bring you something else perfect, I just throw it at their faces.
Spit it in their face.
Spit on their face like
I changed my mind.
This is disgusting. And then just spit on their face. Get out of my room. And slam the door.
Spitting. So trashy Philly.
Oh, Philly. Philly lived up to my expectations. I mean, like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
Either way, win or lose, they were going to destroy that city. It's like, wow, guys, really?
I don't understand.
I don't get that either. Like,
it's your city.
But to be fair, they're not the only ones, but they're known for being rowdy and all that shit. But what's that mentality? It's like everybody's just like, I got drunk and done some stupid stuff before, but it's like I'm seeing like, guys my age like jumping around like really? Like at 35, 36, 37 years old, you're like eating shit off the street and flipping cars in the middle of the street just because you're drunk and you won? Like
flipping cars, they were at like the Ritz, and they collapsed canopies and I mean to multiple hotels. I don't understand, because it's bad enough when somebody is cordial enough to invite you to their city. Don't trash it.
But they were in Philly, weren't they? The Super Bowl was in Philly.
Their own town too. No, it was in
No, it was in Philly. No, was it? I don't know.
It's in Minnesota. But Philly fans trash their own city too. So it's one thing to trash somebody else's city, but why trash your own city? Like, we won, yeah.
That shows how much I know about the Super Bowl. I don't even know what city they held it in. It's like, I have no idea.
This is how much we care about sports.
Yeah,
but at least we try.
Rappaport would like go off on me if I said that in front of him. Like, if you don't follow Rappaport on social media at all, you're like missing out on some of the funniest shit ever. And if you don't know, he's hilarious. Like, Michael Rappaport, kids who are watching, if you know who that is, he's an actor, but just try to find him. His rants are hilarious. The way he goes off on people is the greatest. I mean, he just goes off on people. And talking about actors, did you watch the Tanya Harding movie? I watched that over the weekend.
No,
dude, it was really good.
Was it?
Yes.
Heard about it. And I mean, I've seen previews, and
it was really, really good. It had we were talking about this, but we weren't watching enough shows on TV. I barely watch TV, but the way they did it, it's like a documentary, but they break the fourth wall or whatever you call it, where they talk to the camera. But at the same time, it's super serious of what happened. But it's like a dark comedy on top of it. It's like 3 layers of shit in one. It's amazing. Amazing. Like, I'm telling you.
What happened from Tanya Harding's point of view? Is that what it is?
Her whole life. Like how it went, how she grew up, how she made it, what happened, the whole debacle, But it's hilarious. 2, it's very well done. 3, the casting is on point. If you know what the real people look like, they look exactly the same.
Yes.
And great acting, and it's fucking hilarious.
I had no idea it was going to be funny.
Watch it. This is your homework for the week. I want you to watch it and get back to me, because you'll like it.
Funny, or is it like accidentally funny?
No, it's like witty funny. Like,
okay.
Like smart dialogue funny, not shtick funny. You know what I'm talking about? Like those movies. I hate those stupid movies.
So almost like a dry humor a little bit.
Yeah, like what was the name of those movies back in the day? Scary.
Oh yeah,
Scary movie. I hate those type of movies. I think they're just fucking stupid. Like they don't. I don't get how people find those funny. If you're a kid, sure, I get it. But I like super dry humor, like Royal Tenenbaums. What's that guy said? The director.
Oh, I have no idea. I probably know him, but I don't know who directed
it. No, Owen Wilson's in all of them, obviously. But
look it up. Royal
Tenenbaums. Who's shit? What's that dude's name? The director.
I'm about to find out here.
But he's the director's the same guy who's done Bottle Rocket, which was like what made Owen Wilson famous, and then he did Royal Tenenbaums. He did a movie with Bill Murray, but they're all super funny.
Wes Anderson.
That's it. Yes.
Doesn't he normally do scary movies?
No, there's a Wes Anderson that does scary movies, but this is another Wes Anderson who does like super witty, super dry humor.
I like comedy. That. I hate cheap humor, and I always feel like the oddball out, because everybody always thinks these, like you said, like scary movies and stuff like that are funny. And I mean, I do love me some Will Ferrell. He's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, Will Ferrell's amazing.
He's a classic. This other, I'm just not into like cheap humor, so I don't see a bunch of the new movies because it's just not funny to me. And they're like, you don't have a sense of humor. I'm like, excuse me, I have one of the best sense of humors.
Hey, Rule 34, man. There's somebody for anything. Look at the guy who does the Medea does whatever. Like
Tyler Perry.
Yes, Tyler Perry. Like all his movies are legitimately made for black people. There's no doubt about it. There's no PC bullshit about it. That's who it's made for. And I've read somewhere that he actually knows how to time the punchlines to give black people in the theater time to fucking laugh it up. And, I don't care. It's a stereotype. I don't give a shit if you hear this and you don't like what I'm saying. It's the truth. Because I've gone to fucking movies with black people and they laugh their asses up and they have a good time. And I have no problem with that. But the guy does time his comedy to give that little timing. Dude, black people reactions are the fucking best. Like, have you ever watched black people react to magic? It's the greatest thing ever. It's references that gif where the guy goes, oh, or like, whoa. It's like
Grandma loves her some Tyler Perry, so I've seen like every single. Grandma likes BET. She loves all the movies. So I grew up, watching that because I was a gangster growing up. But Grandma loves Tyler Perry, so I've seen like every single Tyler Perry movie. But talking through movies, that's a huge thing in our family. Like I don't know if that's like a Hispanic thing or something, but
you're Mexican. That's what
they cannot help themselves. Like we've seen the movie, or like maybe we've seen it 100 times. Maybe it's my first time seeing it. There's something ingrained in our family. They cannot control themselves from telling you they know what's going to happen next, or say things like, watch this part. No, just watch.
I hate that. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Talking about heritage, like now that I'm back in South Florida, and now that like half of my friends are moving here from like Venezuela because of all the shit that's going on down there. One, they get mad at me because they call me and expect me to show up wherever they're at. Oh, I'm here for one night. Come meet me in Doral. I'm like, no, that's like an hour away, and it's 8 p.m. and I'm eating dinner. Like, no. And then they get mad at me, or like, okay, let's meet up. If they do have the decency of letting me know they're going to be somewhere, to meet up. Yeah. We'll be up there like at 5:30 p.m. We can grab happy hour. They don't fucking show up to like 10 p.m. And you know how I am with like, what do you call it? With being punctual. Like last time, I waited an hour. I just fucking left. I didn't say anything. And then they showed up at 9. So where are you? I'm like, I fucking left. And then they got mad at me. I was like, no, dude. Welcome to America, where people show up on time. Like I'm not doing that shit. I don't have patience for that.
There's one thing to be, I'll give a little, I always have leeway time because you never know. I need it myself sometimes. Yeah. But an hour.
There's a difference between leeway and like 3 hours late.
Exactly. That's just disrespectful at that point. Yeah. Like, you don't respect my time.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Like obviously what you have to do is better than what I have to do. So
it's as annoying as the video that I watched that you sent me the other day with, what's her name?
Rose McGowan.
Oh my God. What happened? What happened there? Like, can you explain to me, how do we go from super hot when she was in one of those movies, I think it was Jawbreaker or whatever, and then the Tarantino Grindhouse movie, and what happened? Like, she just went full-blown feminist, like, which I have no problem with you being a feminist. That's all good and dandy. I mean,
but there's the extreme of everything. She took it to the extreme. So after we discussed that, so there's this video. I had kind of a change of heart. There's this video where she's doing a book signing for her new book called Brave at some like Barnes and Noble or something. Right. And then a transgendered woman gets up and, starts screaming at her from the audience saying that she doesn't represent the trans community or trans women, because Rose McGowan had made a statement. She stated some statistics saying that trans women, weren't assaulted as much as, I guess, straight side gender. I don't know what we're called. Right. Women. But they were arguing back and forth, cussing at each other. Rose McGowan kind of just loses it. You can just tell she's not all there anymore. It almost seems like she's on something. Mm-hmm. So I started doing some research, and she grew up in a cult. Essentially.
She did? Like, this is juicy stuff. I didn't know this. This is when it gets good. So what happened?
A religious cult. So I was thinking at that time, clearly she's on drugs. So as I start to dig, I'm like, okay, it was a religious cult. And they marry kids off at like 12 and encourage sexual behavior at like, 11 with fully grown men. So, and, she's like, calls herself the leader in this Me Too movement right now. So I think just everything in her life, she's just been abused to the point of like, she's just lost it now. She's like in the midst of a mental breakdown, I think. And I almost think it's understandable considering what she's been through, but she needs to get help like ASAP because she's already got the shaved head thing going on.
Yeah, not a good look for her at all.
Yeah, and it's just she's kind of on the cuckoo train right now.
Well, there's no jobs for her anymore because like I was trying to do. I wanted to look for a movie like when I found the what do you call it? The one I just told you about. See how I go blank? My ADD is horrible.
Jawbreaker?
The Tanya Harding movie. Like I was trying to find like a good movie, like I like dialogue, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, it's all fucking superhero movies. Like I'm so sick of the same fucking punny trick that it is superhero movies. Like I can understand making for the kids, like one or two for the kids, but let's face it, the only reason they make them is because they make money. It's the only thing that makes money anymore, you know, at the movie theater. That's the only reason they make them.
It's fluff, and there's no like content to it.
It's not. So like you look at like for movie stuff, and it's the same shit. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix to play the Joker, Venom to be played by Tom Hardy, Michael Bay to do a fucking Lobo movie. Who the hell's Lobo? Like I never even heard of that character.
You're just making them up at this point, I think.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then I'm seriously more excited about the Spice Girls going back on tour. If that's true, then all these shitty movies and that. It's the same crap, man. It's just annoying.
Yeah, really I'm not impressed anymore. Like,
I'm not. Like, I gotta, you know, oh my God, the Deadpool shit. Like, when Deadpool came out, like, all my friends that are, like, just, you know, there's nothing wrong with liking a movie. Dude, I'm obsessed with The Matrix. I get it. But Deadpool was good, but it was just, like, so, like, I'm like, really? There were some good jokes. Don't get me wrong. But there were so many like slapstick comedy crap. I'm like, really? Like you thought this was one of the greatest movies ever? Like that's how your standards have gone down?
It became like a bro movie.
Yeah. Good fucking movies, top of my head. Memento. That's a great fucking movie. If you haven't seen Memento, go watch Memento. It's like one of those, I like stuff with a twist. You want action? John Wick 1 and 2, man. That's some good shit.
That's Keanu Reeves.
Yes. And then, of course, The Matrix back in the day when it blew everybody's minds. You know, that was, that's what they need to do in The Matrix.
I can't even think of any good movies. I mean, I love
Think about it. When was the last time you went to the movie theater and you just walked? Star Wars. I went to Star Wars and I was like, okay. Like now that they put Star Wars out like every year, it's like it's not even special anymore. It's like, all right, play it out to me. It's like
Disney bought it.
Yeah, and the stories are shit. Like, don't even get me started. I mean, I'm not one of those I bitched about the Star Wars fans, but the more I kept reading about what they bitched about, it made more sense. And now, you know what? I'm taking the nerd side on that. They're right, because the way some of the stuff was written, it's like, now that I think about it and look back, I'm like, you're right. They didn't need to be in the story at all. Why did they put that on there? It makes no sense.
Exactly. Like, they just have to fill it with fluff, with completely irrelevant things. And at the end of the movie, you're like, what was this about?
Yeah, exactly.
We saw Jumanji last week. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was going to be, you know, where they just redid the whole movie, which kind of disappointed me. But then it wasn't at all. They changed it to make it more modern.
Right.
It was
okay. What did they do? What was the difference? Like, I can't picture The Rock in freaking Jumanji. I'm like, really? The Rock?
I know. So they, you know, Jumanji was a board game at first. Well, for real? Yeah, no. In the original movie, I don't know. They might have a real Jumanji. I'm gonna check that out. But no, in the original movie, it was like a board game. And this movie, they found the board game, and the kids were like, who plays board games anymore? So it turned into a video game.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I guess I can see that. Like, you want to, you know, hit the kids. You know, it's like, oh, the kids nowadays don't play board games anymore, so we got to go after them somehow.
I mean, it was a fairly good movie. It did have some super creepy vibes, though. Like these high school kids. And at one point, like, well, one of the high school girls was like, oh, like grabbing her boobs. And I was like, okay, super creeper vibes. She's like supposed to play the 16-year-old. And then when they went to Jumanji, like she fell in love with Joe Jonas, who was playing essentially a 40-year-old man.
Right.
She's like a 16-year-old girl. So it was
that's weird.
Like very weird. Just weird undertones there. You can get by that though. It was a pretty good movie if you have kids.
If you have kids.
Or you were a 90s baby.
I don't watch movies over and over again. Like, I'll watch a movie once and that's it. The only movie I've seen like a million times is The Matrix. You know what? You know what other movie was really good that even though it wasn't historically accurate at all, and I mean it was not historically accurate at all, was fucking Gladiator. But it's such a good movie.
Yeah. It was not historically accurate in any way.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Why it became such a great meme.
Was it a meme? I didn't even know it became a meme at some. Oh, that's right. The guy going like this. What's his name?
This is Sparta.
No, Sparta's from 300.
300. Okay, well, see, that's how much I know.
Dude, the nerds are gonna come down on you. Holy shit!
My gosh.
Watch out! They're gonna come raining. It's gonna be raining blood. You see what I did there?
I don't think that one was accurate either. So.
No.
They're all the same.
No.
That's the other thing too. They kind of like make a movie and then they make another movie just like it.
Mm-hmm.
They literally run out of material.
Did you also see that what do you call it? I'm totally switching topics here because I'm tired of talking about movies, but I know this news will make you happy. Weed has actually topped alcohol sales in Aspen, Colorado.
That does not surprise me at all.
No.
I mean, it's good for you. It's a medicine.
Right.
So many uses, taxes.
I don't know.
For taxes, I mean.
But did they legalize? They legalized it in California, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Is it recreational?
Oregon, Washington, and there's one place here in Texas, but it's one dispensary, and I think it's only if you have like seizure disorders. So it's not, you can't even get a medical card if you have any other disease other than a specific seizure disorder. I
didn't know that. I thought it was just like they did the whole recreational thing and then everybody can go get it.
Not here, at least.
Well, Texas.
Okay,
Texas, forget it. I mean, I don't think that's ever going to happen there.
And even, they sell CBD oil now, but it's not even real CBD oil. Like, you look on the ingredients and, like, where's the hemp or the hemp oil or anything? It's not on there.
Oh, really? I don't know.
It's like fake.
I know in Florida they're still trying to fight it, and I think medically it passed last year or something. But
I think so. I'm surprised about Florida, but it is kind of a red state, so.
It is, which, there's a bunch of old people here, so obviously, hopefully they'll die.
But old people like to smoke or eat. They like their edibles.
Do they? Old people like their edibles?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a community here. I forgot the name of it, but it's known for being rampant with STDs because they just bang away. It's like they don't care. It's like, well, fuck it. I'm already old. It's like, who cares? Like, I'm gonna die.
Pregnant, they have one of the highest STD rates.
That's what I just said. Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it, but one of my friends, he's what do you call it? He is a director for like one of those old people things or whatever, and he says it's like one of the most common things is STDs. So I'm like, it's like, I don't know, man. They're sneaking each other's rooms and shit. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Like, they can't walk to the breakfast room, but they can walk to the next room and like do their thing.
It's like most people bitch about like sending their parents to the one he directs is a very nice one, but it's like, trust me, man, they're having a good time. A lot of them are having a good time.
They're having a great time. Too great of a time.
Yeah, like, why would... I don't know. It's like living in a frat house at your age.
But
it's old people your age, right? I mean, I don't see... Okay, well, there's different tiers of things. Like, there's obviously the places that are shitholes. And
we're not talking like government funded.
Yeah, I'm talking about like if you find a nice one. Dude, it's like going back to college at a frat house or a sorority house for that matter, and you have people who serve you all day. You're hanging out with a bunch of people your age.
They schedule events for you.
Yeah.
It's like a resort.
Okay, so let's say they were kind of boring up until now, but imagine our old folks home. We're going to have virtual reality. We're going to have fucking... Dude, all kinds of stuff. Like, so it's going to be a whole different ballgame. That's
robots, holograms, VR.
I don't know. We're probably going to be able to download our brains into a server at that point anyway, so we don't even need an old people's homes.
Exactly.
We'll get virtual STDs when we jack into the Matrix.
The real dolls.
That's just creepy, man. Those things creep me out. Like, have you seen all the memes with them too? People.
Yeah,
they're like, what? She can't cook, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody goes, well, you can't cook either, so I guess we're even. And she doesn't talk back.
Exactly.
That's pretty funny, but.
The people get super creepy. I've seen some like weird, you know, you get sucked into the YouTube hole. I've seen some weird YouTube videos of like people feeding them and taking them out on dates. And it's a really big, I guess it's more culturally accepted in like Asian countries because they're not embarrassed.
Japan's a whole different level, man. Japan
they're not embarrassed.
They have like an issue where people are not doing it. Like they're not doing it. People in Japan are not doing it because these guys are like obsessed with anime. Yeah. And now, like, you know, virtual reality and virtual assistants and all that stuff, it's like, I just don't get it. I mean, as a man, as a guy, straight guy, there's nothing better than, you know, being with a woman or, you know, I mean, I'm dead serious. Like, any straight guy will tell you that. If you're gay, I guess it's the same for a gay guy. Like, just that human connection, especially if you love somebody, you know? Yeah. But I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Japan is a whole different level.
The problem in Asian countries is that now there are more boys. There are more men than females.
And they're shy. Apparently they're super shy. So they won't talk to girls. And then girls are super picky. And then on top of it, England's the same way, apparently. Apparently in England, guys are super shy. They won't hit on girls.
Really?
And us Italians come around and just hit up, you know, destroy the place.
Come all away.
Yeah. No, that's what I have a few friends from England, and they all told me the same thing. Like when I was single, it's like, you need to go to England, man, you will kill it. Because like they're amazed that we'll just go to a bar and I would just like talk to anybody. They're like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know, just fucking talk to them. It's not, dude, it's a girl. It's not a fucking dragon that's gonna kill you. What's the worst that you can say? No? Okay, move on, next. You know, it's not that hard. But
that's how I feel about people who get super starstruck. I'm like, I mean, maybe, you know, if it was Lady Gaga or Beyonce, I get it. But people who, I'm like, they're just a person.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about why I was late today. Nice segue into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you get starstruck? Christian met a celebrity, a pseudo-celebrity.
Dude, first of all, there was a fucking line wrapped around one side of the shopping center to the other one. Like, I'm not shitting you. It was like people waited in line for like 2 to 3 hours to meet this person.
So, who did you meet?
I didn't meet her because I wasn't going to do that line when I got there. Okay, first of all, I admit, I love her. She's one of my favorites. She's one of my spirit animals because the shit she says, it's funny. 2, I didn't want to go because I knew exactly what was going to happen. So my wife wanted to really go. She's a huge fan, and she really wanted to go. So, of course, I want to make her happy. I was like, all right, I'll go. But I was busy with work today. I can't just leave early and, you know, I mean, I could, but I had a lot of shit to do today that takes priority over meeting this celebrity.
Yeah.
So I left at 5, which is like in the middle of rush hour, and it's in Boca, which Boca usually is 20 minutes without traffic. Of course, it took me an hour to get there. Then I get there, there's no parking, and I just see this line wrapped around. I didn't even know how long the line was. I mean, if I had to put it in perspective, the size of a fucking football field, it was that many people.
Well, it's Florida, too.
It's Boca. Yeah. It's Boca. What do you expect? So we get there, and I'm like, this is annoying, blah, blah, blah. So we didn't get – I haven't even said the name of the celebrity. So we walk in, and she looks radiant, just as she does on TV. Lisa Vanderpump. Yes. She was awesome. She was so nice. She said hi. She said hi. She was wearing a diamond bracelet that blinded me. It was like that thick. It was amazing. And then her husband, Ken, was outside with a dog talking to people, talking to fans.
Oh my gosh, with his dog.
Yeah, he always has his dogs with him, which is amazing. So he was super nice. Nicole said hi, talked to Nicole. And shit, I just said my wife's name. I promise I never said her name. Oops. Nobody will watch to this point anyway. But so it got to meet him. He was super nice. Lisa, unfortunately, we didn't get to meet her because I wasn't going to do that line. But we went inside and got her. I bought a couple bottles of her rosé. And the idea was to get one signed and keep it. But, shit happens.
Yeah.
But it brought me to, how I'm in marketing and all that stuff. And it just amazes me. When you have a following, how many people show up, man? I mean, think about it.
She's just a real housewife on a reality TV.
She's not, yeah, exactly. She's not, I mean, I love her. Don't get me wrong, but she's not Julia Roberts. She's not, I don't know. Give me some actresses.
I mean, Brad Pitt, Meryl Streep. She's not A-list. She's not even B-list. I think these are like D-list celebrities.
I don't know, man. After seeing that fucking line wrapped around that building and that place packed, like, she's pretty A. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. I mean, still D-list, but
nobody knows who she is probably internationally.
Yeah.
But, well, some countries maybe, but.
Tara Reid.
I will say C. I will say C. Dude, I did the research. You know how many millions of people watch Housewives?
Yeah, a lot.
32 million. 32 million. Put that into perspective.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So think about it. She goes there. She probably got paid, I don't know, 50 grand to show up. But you know how much money Total Wine made? That place was packed.
Oh, was it Total Wine?
Yeah, because she has her own rosé, so everybody was buying it.
Well, she's still doing Total Wine, so she's not quite crawling up the alphabet list.
But think about it. She did it on purpose. She's selling her own wine.
Yeah. Same with that
Which
other
is priced for normal people at $20 a bottle, which is not bad. I mean,
That's where she gets her popularity from.
Exactly.
Like that.
Peasants.
Yes.
Peasants.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah,
but how she was dressed.
But she's built an empire. She owns I don't know how many restaurants that she herself did. Not her husband. I mean, her husband's involved, but it was all her, which I admire that shit, man. She didn't. All the other ones live off their fucking husbands and stuff, but Lisa built an empire herself. That's why I admire her.
She's an independent woman.
She's an independent woman. She can do what she wants, and she's fucking witty, man. That's what I love about her. She's witty, and she tells it like it is. So,
speaking of trash TV, again, I'm bringing up the Kardashians.
Why?
Because Kendall Jenner it has to do with marketing too.
I don't care. What does she do now?
She had a baby, but Mama Jenner probably planned to release the news 2 hours before the Super Bowl. Kendall Jenner actually won the Super Bowl.
She's a mastermind. She's a marketing mastermind. That woman.
I don't like
Listen, I don't care how much I hate the Kardashians personally because they have no talent, but that family has talent for marketing. And I got to give them that. They have built those brands to what none other besides fucking Jeff Bezos has been able to do.
Yeah. I mean, talking about not having any standards of what they will sell or represent. At one point, they were doing toilet paper.
Dude, toilet paper. They had toilet paper?
Yes. And then they did those prepaid Visa cards or whatever. They did their own Kardashian card. And
those are money maker. You know why? Because when you use them, it's like gift cards. There's money left over that people never spend, and they throw them away or whatever, and all the money goes back into your pocket.
Yep. Plus, each one you have to. It's like an activation fee of at least $5.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. Once you reach that type of level, you don't even have to. Once you reach certain type of level of fame or followers or anything like that, people just come to you, and you get to pick and choose what you want to do. And it's just
just sign it. You're gonna make
money. It's compound interest. That's why the richer get richer. That's just the way it works, man. It's once you make that first. And then, you get a little bit of fame like us,
exactly.
The big time, we're followers.
We've made it.
People come to you and you don't have to try anymore. But anyway, we have gone long, man. This was a long one.
We have.
Yeah, so with that, we got to cut it short because it's too long. Right. Anything else you want to add? Huh?
We want to keep them interested. Can't keep them hanging on too long.
Yeah, we can't rant for too long, even though we like to rant, but there's people watching. Thank you for watching. And then I guess we'll see you guys next week. And I got to get shit done. I got to eat, too. I'm hungry.
Me, too. I'm always starving when we finish, so.
I know. Anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good night, and see you guys next week.
Bye.
I don't even know. But, yeah, I mean,